Alright, picture this. You are immortal, right? I don't know how you become one or if the world knows about your power, and I don't care about the technical aspects to it. Just imagine you are. You're sitting there watching the world go by, and you are like, damn, I could really go for some wine right now. But then you remember you have already tried every wine in existence. And now you're just stuck in an eternal wineless despair. What would you do if you were to live forever? And don't give me that bullshit about how it's boring, lonely, and a curse.
Is that really the first thing you could think about if you were immortal? Wine? And here I thought you would be more of a movie buff. Let me guess the movie you binged last night. Wolverine? Man from Earth? Age of Adeline? Or wait, In Time?
Nah, it's the wine at work. But seriously, immortality would be wild.
Yeah, but it is a curse, right? Carrying wounds that would never heal, things that would never end. Sisyphus, Ashwatthama, I bet they could use some of our wine to numb the vastness of time.
Not always. Vibhishan was granted immortality for his loyalty and devotion. That was a boon, not a curse.
Yeah, but I don't know. It doesn't sound so appealing to me. What's with seeing everyone around die and living alone?
Newsflash, we are all living alone even now, with our loved ones still around, tormenting us. Immortality wouldn't make us any lonelier than what we already are, and at least the world is not running out of wine anytime soon.
And what about the boredom? I mean, dealing with people in one lifetime is hell, and you want to do it over multiple lifetimes? Boy, I wish you could show the same stamina in bed. You do, and trust me, you're getting better at it every time. Anyway, sweetheart, you go first. I'd love to know your ideas. Tell me, what would you do if you could live forever with all the time in the world? Come on.
I would travel the world, every country, every city, every remote village, and yeah, I'll have sex with a woman in every new country I visit.
Sure, you'll get better with so much practice. But tell me one thing, what's a remote village today will be a grand metropolis in the next 100 years. And what's a renaissance capital today will be a shithole tomorrow. You'll be at one place at one point of time. How will you see both of them?
I'll keep traveling. It's a never ending process. I'll immerse myself in different cultures and witness all the natural wonders. Learn as many languages as possible. I won't be a traveler, I'll be a local, a world citizen. I'll become Bruce Lee's water and take the form of every new place I am in. And not just cities, I have eternity. So maybe I'll live off the land too, remove all human contact periodically to live a life of pure solitude and self reflection. Spend eons living self sufficiently, hunting, foraging, experiencing our roots up close. Spend millennia becoming one with wilderness, observing the natural world with minimal human interference. And who knows, maybe I'll get to venture to the skies, maybe colonize Mars, travel to Pandora, and whatnot.
So, what next after being the only member of a Thousand Planet Club and fucking every creepy alien in the universe?
You're such a mood kill.
Okay, I'll play along. I'd invent something that would change society. With all the time in the world, I'd immerse myself into a particular field. Maybe a cure for cancer, Alzheimer's, or maybe teleportation or flying cars. Yeah, actually, I'd love flying cars more than anything else. It's been 100 years and they still can't make cars fly. Hell, I can research my own body and share the gift of immortality itself.
Yeah. Typical help the world response.
Alright, fine. You go, Mr. Smarty Pants.
I would become rich. A fucking trillionaire. The world's first. I mean, just calculate the compound interest on $1,000 for 200 fucking years. I would be able to sustain myself comfortably over centuries. I could amass a fortune large enough to bankroll audacious projects for the betterment of humanity. That's how you do it. I'll be the new Mansa Musa. With so much time and wealth to accumulate, I might as well buy off poverty and kill world hunger. Imagine so much I could do.
Damn, I'll give you the props for that one.
Your turn.
I'll use all the time to master every physical activity, master every dance form in the world, gymnastics, and maybe swimming. I can even play every sport professionally football, volleyball, tennis. I'd beat all F1 records. Hell, I'd beat my own record every 50 years. Just imagine the greatest athlete ever born. I'll dive into the Mariana Trench, climb Everest and K2, and win 1,000 Olympic golds.
Ah, nice. The goat of all sports there is and will be. You could also get 100 makeovers, try unlimited fashion trends.
Oh, yeah, why not? One lifetime, I'll be fat. Another one, I'll be a supermodel. I can live like a queen and a hobo through the years. And yeah, as the GOAT, just imagine the brand endorsement deals I'll bag.
Hmm. And I would be the world's greatest ever artist. There shall be a one-man renaissance, spanning across 1,000 years. I'll write classic novels. And writing a novel takes fucking time. You know I know it.
Yeah, sweetheart, I know. I know you struggle so much.
And there are so many books I want to read and movies I want to see. But there's hardly any time. With infinite time, I could read every book, magazine and article ever published. Listen to every song composed, watch every movie made. There's so much of art I can consume.
Even the shitty ones?
I'll do that first. That's my guilty pleasure, and not just that. I'll direct movies. I'll convert my own books into movies. I'll paint masterpieces. I'll develop realistic video games. Compose symphonies. I'll beat Leonardo, both the person and the AI. I'll be the greatest artist of humanity.
Oh, yeah, that's something I'd love to see. What else you want to do?
I'll take up every daring profession too. Work as a fighter pilot. Join the army of an underdog nation and defeat the criminal country. Nothing would be off limits when you can't be killed. I'm feeling the cosmic megalomania in my tummy. Maybe I would even try my hands on being a benevolent global sovereign. Or hell, maybe I'll become a dictator of a nation myself. With so much time in my hands, I can try the best possible form of government. The balance between capitalism and socialism. Or maybe something else. Maybe democracy is not the answer. I'll figure out the ideal path. I'll build the perfect utopia. And I'll be the king of the world.
There goes utopia. It's always about power, isn't it? I get the temptation to govern societies, but power corrupts. On a long enough time scale, every cell turns cancerous, and you won't be immune. So rather than being a king or whatever, why not be an eternal student? Spend millennia enrolling in universities to expand your knowledge. You can be the grand old wise man and still look young. Spend 1,000 years gaining degrees and practical experiences, archiving information and stories so nothing is lost to history. Become a living repository for the human experience across millennia. Or maybe something simple. Cultivate endless patience. If you are to live till the end of time, you'll need a lot of patience with people, stupid governments, new techs, and the foolish self inside you. There's no way you will survive without patience. You might as well be a monk. Devote yourself to spirituality and meditation. You can establish your own Zen like society.
You are right. I can be a cult leader.
I didn't mean a cult.
Why not? I'll have free sex for my society, meditate, smoke up, and make merry all life.
What I meant was you don't have to take up a profession always. You have all eternity. Shift from material pursuits to a deeper understanding of existence. I would be so done after a point of time that I could go decades or centuries of dormant hibernation away from the world. Calibrate my 72 parallel theta dimensions, building the ideal mind, connecting with the unseen. And after I re enter civilization, boom! The world has changed. It's a form of time travel, waking up on a new planet. And on a long enough time scale, I would accomplish so many roles that are impossible in one lifetime. I would spend 50 years wandering the world, another 50 years as a devoted housewife, another 100 years dedicated to a cause, and search for the meaning of this whole life.
You are right. I could live so many lifetimes. One lifetime a yogi, a stoic, another a hedonist, and yet another a nihilist. I can apply every philosophy to my life, every school of thought, and read about all the world religions. Maybe create my own philosophy for the people of the world. From tantric temples with celestial deities to zero-point organ lovemaking, I'll be going inside each lush crevice of humanity. New frontiers of bliss shall be birthed from my immortal loins.
That's more like it.
And yeah, all that is good, but one lifetime, I would like to live a life of crime. Do everything illegal, inhumane, rob, steal, kill, commit all the seven sins, and maybe try new ones. I'll be the ultimate villain, the kind the world loves to hate. Maybe you do not have to be a hero to save the world every time. Sometimes you just need to be the darkest villain to bring the world together.
This is an exciting one. I'll be your partner in crime. We don't have to be noble every time. We'll have all eternity to repent our sins and mistakes.
Doesn't sound so interesting with the repenting part. Anyway, you go.
I'd love to craft items to the utmost perfection, devote multiple lifetimes to becoming an expert woodworker or potter. With all the time ahead of me, I can become a master of virtually any subject or craft. You know, crafting something like meticulous chess pieces or making intricate pots, the ideal pot with the ideal roundness.
Shit, that's so boring. You have all the time in the world and all you wish to do is make handcrafted showpieces?
So what? Life isn't always about the grand scheme of things. Remember, you won't be alive unless you focus on the little things in life. Sometimes you just have to remind yourself that beneath all the boundless cosmic fire, you're still the same goofy kid that marvels at seeing rainbows. I mean, what will you even do after you have lived every possibility, every profession, been everywhere? How will you have the same motivation to do more? What does a team do after it has won all the leagues? Every year, for 1,000 years.
Yeah, you're right. But that's for you. I know I'll want more. I'll be a living time capsule, making sure that old languages, fashion, old folklore, philosophies, ideas will always live on as long as I am alive. I'll have a lifetime of summer, an eternity of romance. You were right. Nothing will be lost to history. The past will exist as long as the future does. I will travel to other stars, colonize the galaxy, witness humans evolve into a different species, and with them, I'll evolve too. I will see the sun eat up our planet, and black holes devour everything in the universe before black holes themselves succumb to Hawking's radiation. I will witness the end of time and see what comes after that. I will be the eternal God that we worship today. Every chip will fall into the exact place I design. Today, the universe tests me. Tomorrow, I'll test the universe. Just a pure, formless being and non being at the same time. I will go beyond space and time.
Wow. And yet, for all your grand ambitions, my love, what of your inner state across time? What about the nitty gritty of life? The mundane, or even the lack of motivation after you have won it all? What if you can never get over a breakup? You will be cursed to live with a broken heart for all eternity. The void is inevitable.
Nothing is forever, neither happiness nor pain.
Exactly. And neither are you. Something will kill you. If not on the outside, then perhaps inside.
Time heals everything, especially if the time itself never ends.
Not in this universe, baby. Entropy always increases, it never reverses. In fact, things will fall out of place, disorder will increase, and stability will die a slow death.
Well, here we are, still kicking together. Who would have thought that wine and flying cars would be the least of our worries?
We've seen so much, haven't we? The world has changed in ways we never could have imagined.
Indeed, it has. What's with the new kids and the latest new goggles? It feels like I haven't seen into the eyes of a human for years. I don't like it at all. Our time was so much simpler.
Ah, you're such a technophobe, my grumpy old boy. Time moves on, and we have to move along.
Adapt, huh? Like the time we tried using those dumb bot assistants.
But we still have each other, don't we? I still turn on the same way. And trust me, after all these years, arthritis isn't the only thing that keeps my knees weak.
Of course, my stamina is as legendary as ever. Those Shavasana classes have indeed kept me in shape.
If given a chance, would you do it all over again?
I'm not really sure about that. Anyway, how long have we got?
After this, we will have forever together.